This is my time. It's about 6 o'clock, and I'm feeling pretty charged, you know, able to create videos for you, and hopefully I'll get some at least more professional, you know. But I feel pretty relaxed, wearing my favorite t-shirt, keep wearing it video after video, day after day, but I will get it washed. So let's see, what else are we going to talk about? What else are we going to whiteboard? Let's see. So we'll recap. We talked about design information modeling, something that I coined. Let's skip to this. I was talking about in the last video about program management. So now what is program management? Program management is basically architectural management. If you ever look anything up online, you'll get anything to do with computer science. So architectural Now this is what you learn if you go to architecture school or landscape architecture school. You will learn about architectural programming. I'll tell you what I learned about it, or how we were taught. It's basically like a project charter. So you have your goals and objectives. You do list this out. It's interesting because they taught us and they were just so cavalier about it. But I think it's so important. They need to say, this is what you're doing. This is how you succeed as a registered architect. So it's the charter, basically, which are goals and objectives. You cannot complete anything in life without goals. You can't have a fantastic life without goals. I'll create another channel about creating your goals as a professional. And you still, even when you're a senior project manager or senior level anything or CEO, you still need to make goals. Whether it's 2, 5, 10, 20 years, you have to write them down in order to accomplish them. It's funny because they interview you and they say, hey, what are you going to be doing in 10 years? How do you see yourself? But they need to provide the interviewees the questions and give them time, because either you decide to hire them or not hire them, but the main goal is to, whoever you interview, it's to help these individuals. You can help all of them, the ones that you do take and the ones that you don't take. Anyways, that was a total professional development rant. Back to regular architectural programming. So goals and objectives, and then we were taught an analysis of the existing conditions. So if it's landscape architecture, you see where the sun comes, if you have a plat of land, how does the sun come up over the trees? Are there trees? Is there a view? Is there electricity? I don't know what I'm saying right now. Is there sewer or water to this site? Is there southern exposure? Where is the northern exposure? So yeah, you just assess. And then even that goes with properties. You're doing the same thing as an architect, not just a landscape architect, but the architect will look at an existing building and determine if it can be reused for another, you have your building type, but then you can see how much it will cost to renovate it and change it to a different use group. and building use. And then, of course, you look at all the spaces within the building, and you look at the spaces in the land if you're designing the site or the development. You look at all these things. So that's the analysis, the existing conditions. Then you go to the next step is the assessment. The assessment is, what are the opportunities? Where is the southern exposure? Everything I said as far as listing it as an analysis, all the benefits. We can also are there utilities? Do you need a curb cut? Is there a secondary or primary or road? Again, are there views that complement the building orientation, the proposed building orientation? Can the building be positioned with the southern exposure so it gets the greatest amount of light inside the building? Or does it have to be east-west orientation? Where I live, it's a perfect orientation. So whatever my building is, I'll study up on that and I'll report back on that. I'll know the exact degrees that it has to be, because during the winter and the summer, it is just so beautiful here, the light through the building. Analysis, assessment, and then it goes sort of to, I would say owner's wants and needs. And basically like a charrette to communicate these wants and needs. And then you have the design decisions. And then you launch into the conceptual drawings, and then it goes to schematics, then it goes to design development, and then it goes to construction documents, which eventually turn into the bid documents. And then it turns into the conformed set, which is the addendized version. So yeah, that's basically the programming. And then also the wants and needs, sometimes there's criteria. If you're receiving grants, sometimes the people providing the grants have certain criteria. If it's a school building, they'll tell you what the population is going to be. They'll do some projections, and then they'll tell you how many students and teachers will be at this school. So that's that criteria. And so I'll put this in the description too. And I'll, of course, talk about this a little bit more, neaten it up, and talk about it more, when I get more professional. All right, thank you so much for listening. That's architectural programming for you. Like, subscribe, and comment, please. Have a great night.